I think one of the things that we're all learning right now during sort of the spread of this coronavirus is that tools exist, like the ones, frankly, the one we're using right now to do this, that kind of they help us compete. They help us be more efficient and communicate with each other in better ways, whether that you're talking about, between fathers and sons that are separated, or between, coaches and players, frankly. How important is it that you guys are able to use these sorts of tools to communicate with each other as coaches and players? And are you doing that? And how are you feeling right now as things are kind of unfolding?
Well, yeah, I think it forces you, just like the analytics, you have to think outside the box on how you approach things. But I mean, when it gets down to brass tacks, when you talk about teaching, you talk about you're in a classroom, you're in a team setting. That's the best way for education to take place. Why? Because we talked about it before. You can, the critical thinking component is really promoted by dialogue. And although we're having dialogue here, it's not the same. You don't have people looking at one another per se in a group setting. I think that's when the best critical thinking takes place, and we're just not there yet. With technology, I don't know that technology can do it. What we can do is great, but if I have to talk to Paul Markgraf and AJ through a computer screen, I'm going to lose my mind, right? That's the part. That's the hard part about this
Yeah.
is it's there's no personal connection. This
Yep.
is no different than, as I tell our kids, shelve these things. We're a team. We're a family. Families communicate face to face, and there's
Yep.
real. This is great as an alternative. But I'll tell you what, I don't like the alternative. I need to be face to face. You need to develop relationships. That's our take.